So you briefly talked about the coal, how Delhi actually succeeded in stopping the coal electricity power generation. Should that happen across the country? And how does that, work for the poorest of the poor people?
I'm glad you're asking me that because we have stuck our neck out on that. As an Indian environmentalist, we have argued across the world, including with very powerful people and including with, I have spoken at major forums with media organizations from across the world, from Guardian, New York Times, everyone saying, this is not a fair take for us. We're a country which requires energy. We require energy at affordable rates. And for us, coal is the sustenance for us. Today, as of today, it's still 80% of the installed power, 70% of the energy supplied. It cannot disappear, okay? My argument is twofold. My argument is number one, and I agree with the government of India's position on this. The government, and in fact, the Prime Minister, when he went to Glasgow, you'll remember a few years ago for COP, he had put forward a very clear position, which I thought was a very, very good position for the government to take, which is India will need to double its energy consumption between now and 2030. We're at very low energy levels today. But that doubling of energy will happen on clean sources of power. Okay, which means that we will accelerate and ramp up our clean sources of power. It does not mean that we will phase out our coal, which is current. Okay, what we have argued is that we need to clean up our coal-based power plants, and that is something I have been quite open and rather clear about. Is that the government of India in 2015 had passed rules for improving the emission performance of coal-based power plants, NOx, SOx, PM level rule. It was supposed to be implemented as of 2017. The rule is still in breach, okay, not been implemented. So cleaner coal is going to be necessary for our local air pollution, which is where Delhi has closed it. Cleaner coal may also be possible for us as a way to combat climate change, because just as you would have to do CCS on gas, you can also do CCS on coal, if that is the way you will need to go. But the fact is, we need to ramp up our new energy system to make sure it is cleaner, but argue with the rest of the world that we cannot close down our coal-based power plants. We can clean them up, but we can't close them down. And I think that's a very fair position for the rest of the world to take. I think it's a position we should take, and we are taking. However, we are half taking it because we're not cleaning up the coal. We're just wanting to run our dirty coal-based power plants. And I'm saying, clean up the coal, keep running on coal for your, the government of India's plan was that by 2030, if you look at the CA plan, by 2030, in the doubling that we would have, we would bring down our dependence on coal to 50%. And the increase that would happen on wind, solar, hydropower. You know, today hydropower is going down, and that was again the question that hydropower, in spite of all the dams we are building, actually the contribution of hydropower to energy is going down, not up.